Sorry. So these people involved in torturing children as young as 3 weeks old, torturing children as young as 3 years old, 4 year old, 5 year old, would try to make me feel guilty of an appropriate act of a kid who's just turning 14, 13, 14, knowing that a child that age can do something impulsive. And this article really specified that, kids at that age, they don't understand the concept of things, and sometimes they don't understand the boundaries of things. And so them doing inappropriate things usually doesn't even it's just something that happens once and never happen again. This trash, she says something now, she's 4 years old. I'm like, do you know I know you torture children? A brain of a developing brain of a child can absolutely do these things. That's what kids are capable of doing. Do you understand using defense technology on a child, on any child, but children as young as 3 weeks old is just disgusting? And these people are like, no, but she was. What I did is something that I did to myself when I was a child myself. The brain of that child is what a child is capable of doing. You try to talk to me as if I'm an adult doing something like that. Your trash is like an adult or close to adulthood. And you're involved in a program that literally torture babies. You're a piece of shit. You are truly a threat to children. Why do you think this article was written? Because there's probably retards like you who need a reality check. Can you imagine people who find ways to rationalize involvement of a program where first of all, today they are forcing me to give sexual stimulation to children. So you understand in the first place, these people are trash. Today, as an adult man, they make me have sexual stimulations and aim those toward children. Then, they have the audacity and the retardations to try to say, what we're doing is we're making you think the way you thought when you were a kid. This is the rational way they try to make you think. Now, that alone shows how illogical these people are. Why would you make me start thinking the way a child thinks? Or a child would think? Everybody knows that the brain of a child and the brain of an adult is not the same. Why would you try to make somebody have the intellect, the rationality, the reactions of a child? Would that not be called being mentally handicapped? That is your rationale. And that is falsified. They force people to get sexual stimulation, and that's common. And with me, what they do is try to make me think that that's how I experienced things when I was a child. And use this impulsive act of a child who just turned 14 or 13, 14 to make me accept today's reaction coming from people who not only renowned to manipulate people toward children and manipulate people to have stimulation toward children and actually torture children. Matter of fact, a child just ended up dying because of mass shooting. Because a target individual lost his mind, killed 18 people, inclusive of a child. And to add to this motherfucking nastiness, these governmental entities running this program, I'm not talking about this retard that talked to you, but the people actually running this program have had so much problem with pedophilia and child porn that a bill was passed in 2019 to try to attempt to limit the amount of child porn trafficked within the DoD network. How much nasty retardation, you understand reality? That's why they use these retards. And I'm sorry for keep using that word, but that's why they use these child-minded people to push you into insanity. But they're going to make the mistake that I know that you torture children. I know a child just died. I know that you're manipulating me to have this nasty sexual reaction, just like you have manipulated so many others. I know you're involved in this program where there's a bunch of pedophiles running the show, and you're trash. It's just a bottom feeder in this program. And I know that you would torture a child, a woman, in this program, and try to rationalize it. These people are human lowlifes, trash. They are bottom feeders. I gotta say, these people are just something else. And when she said that, that's child abuse, I woke up laughing. I started laughing. The reason why I was laughing is because I know the horrible things they do to kids. And she was trying to talk about this inappropriate act where they have to exaggerate things to create to another level of child, of me when I was a child. There are low lives in every means. And then later on they whisper she's 4 years old. I'm like, what? Who? The kid that you suffocated or sexually tortured? You know what? They also had Down syndrome. This is what you're involved in. I will never let you live and escape this fantasy. Of course, what I did as a kid is what a child is capable of doing. I know that. You know that too, even though you play the retard. But being involved in a program where they literally sexually torture a child, but this is not happening once or twice. This is happening commonly. Trash ass. And then today, this lowlife who says that will force me to get sexual stimulation toward children as a way to break me down. This is a breakdown tactic. Pedophilia type of torture is utilized to break the target individual. It's part of how these tactics have been created to depattern us, to break us down. I don't know if this is like the specifics of the purpose behind it. I cannot speak about it. I can only speculate. But it seems like the reaction we get from being tormented in these ways is beneficial for this program. Now I don't know why. What does it do to the brain when we're this disturbed, when we are this tormented? But it seems like they want that out of the target individual. It seems that's the way that they were pushing people to lose their mind. The man who killed 18 people was being called a pedophile via V2K. He lost his mind and killed 18 people and killed a child. That's the things they do to torment us. But they're trying to use my childhood inappropriateness of a middle schooler, of something a child is capable of doing due to the lack of mental development, lack of of understanding and understanding boundaries of a child, of you as a child not understanding boundaries, and having to exaggerate the actual act that I did, where I did something to myself, and now they want, because according to this definition of sex abuse, it has to consist of physical contact, which that means that what I actually did is not that, because I did something to myself. But it doesn't mean that I didn't do anything inappropriate. It means it's not what they wanted to be. But that's what a brain of a child is capable of doing, because it's a child. The impulsiveness of a middle schooler is not the same as an adult. Now I'm talking to people who literally are rewiring people's brain. But they wanted to rewire my brain, letting them escape into this nasty reality of fantasy they've created. Because today, they rewire your brain in such a disturbing way that they will force you to have sexual stimulation toward children. They make you dream in these disgusting ways. They make you react in this disgusting way. They make you think in these disgusting ways. While working for governmental entities that have been plagued with child porn. These trash are bottom feeders and pedophiles, and work in a program that tortured children. Forget about it. It's torture is violating kids sexually, mentally, physically. It's nasty. And listening to this trash talk about how they're gonna frame me. These people are the human low life. Either way, I just ask God to give me strength for whatever horrible things I'm going to go through. But I just want to say thank you. Thank you, God. Because I could have been this low life. I could have been involved in a program that literally suffocated child or suffocated children and tortured children and be like, no, that's child abuse. And talk about somebody inappropriate act of him or her when they were kids, when their brain was not even developed. Well, I'm in a program that literally is torturing kids sexually, violating them. And actually, a child just ended up dying. Because they did the same torture that we do to everybody else. And he lost his mind and killed everybody there. Oh, not killed it, shot everybody there. 18 died, 13 wounded. Children get shot at, child died. So, I started laughing when she said child abuse. Because it's like somebody who's literally in a program killing kids and torturing kids try to exaggerate what you did as a child. And they're like, nah, you'll pay. She's in a program that is literally suffocating 7-year-olds. Or sexually torturing a 3-year-old, torturing them, targeting their testicles or the genitals of a 3-year-old. To all my target individuals, stay strong.